final chapter.
War is coming to Storybrooke.
You remember that magic always comes with a price.
You just wanted to keep me from the truth.
And the story is not finished.
I will rip your heart out!
Until the final battle.
There may be nothing left of this town.
Is won.
Please don't let go!
What did she do to you?
Tonight marks the final chapter of a tale that has captivated millions. But before we finish this journey and look ahead to new adventures, let us remember and celebrate the heroes we've come to love, the villains we've learned to understand, and the story that reminds us
I love you, Henry.
that anything is possible.
No!
Charming.
You found me.
Did you ever doubt I would?
It started with an idea about wanting to do something about hope.
Love is hope. It fuels our dreams.
A show that was unapologetically hopeful and optimistic.
You deserve a happy ending, Emma. And happy endings always start with hope.
We also talked about how frustrating it would be to be the evil queen. Why is Grumpy grumpy? Why is the Mad Hatter mad? Why is the evil queen evil? And so these two kind of ideas between hope and frustration were really kind of the jumping off point on what the show became. Will we have to worry about what's coming in the season finale?
What happens at the end of the book?
The Savior fights the final battle. And trust me, no one wants to be around to see that.
You don't have to worry about
Yeah,
it.
that's your choice.
What does worrying really get
Yeah,
you?
what's it going to get you? Why don't you just watch?
What can we expect in season 7?
Every story in this book actually happened.
Of course it did.
The very first thing Henry ever asked Emma to do 6 years ago was to believe.
Just because you believe something doesn't make it true.
This is exactly what makes it true.
That is going to be very important tonight because we're going to realize that the loss of belief is really one of the most damaging things that can happen to you.
Who are you? What do you want? If you come at me, there may be nothing left of this town.
We've always said the show itself is a show for believers, and tonight's episode we think is really based around that idea, which is why do you need to believe?
So I guess you're the one I fight in the final battle. I created the dark curse. You were born to break it. We've been destined to clash since the beginning of time.
Rumple told us that when Emma broke the curse, the final battle would begin. And tonight is time for it to happen. And for us, that is what we wanted to do, was really show you the journey of the 6 seasons and that everything was building toward this moment.
Blackberry's curse! It's here!
We certainly try to use tonight's episode as an ending to a chapter and an opening of a new one, and that by the end of the episode tonight, you'll have some idea of where we're headed.
Where do you think it's taking us?
Doesn't matter. Wherever we end up, we're gonna win.
I have loved this show for 6 seasons. At what point did you fall in love with it? I fell in love with the pilot.
You're too late.
We had no idea if it would work or not. Nobody knows these things with any television show when you start out.
Open it.
But when I read the pilot, I fell in love right then and there.
I was really blown away because it was so fantastical and so refreshing.
You found me.
It looked like a ginormous movie.
You, Snow White, promise to take this man to be your husband and love him for all eternity.
I do.
When I saw the pilot episode, I thought, wow, we have something special.
Sorry I'm late.
And I felt that when I read the script, but when you see the final product, that's when I instantly became a fan.
I shall destroy your happiness if it is the last thing I do.
Hey!
We didn't see a lot of those fairy tale stories on television, so I thought, well, this is unique. And I loved the dual realities, the two worlds.
Good morning, Madam Mayor. Beautiful day, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And these characters, now they don't know who they are. And I found that really intriguing.
Oh, Madam Mayor, I'm so sorry.
You should be. Watch where you're going next time.
There hadn't at that point been anything like it on television before, and so I felt that I was part of something very brave.
Another banner year. I fell in love with Emma right away. She was incredibly tough, but incredibly damaged and had so much room to grow and change.
Are you Emma Swan?
Yeah, who are you?
My name's Henry. I'm your son.
As soon as I read the role of Henry and the part he played in the show, I was immediately taken.
So everyone here is a fairy tale character. They just don't know it.
That's the curse. Time's been frozen.
When the pilot was shot, I was still 10, and I'm 16 now, and I loved every minute of it.
And you didn't believe me? I never said I did. Why else would you be here?
What is your favorite moment or episode from Once?
I'm awfully partial to Snowfalls, which was the third episode of the first season, in which we learned the origins of the Snow charming love story.
Girl.
I mean, as much as I am all about happy endings, I'm also all about happy beginnings.
You can't hide from me! Wherever you are, I will find you!
And I feel like the creators always did such an amazing job of justifying the parts of the stories that we do know. Like, these are the things that happened off screen.
Is this the only way you can catch a woman?
It's the only way to catch thieving scum.
Aren't you a real Prince Charming?
That was one of the things that was most intriguing to me about taking the job in the first place.
Snow White.
And I was so taken with those trolls. That episode was a big one for our characters, and it's my favorite.
You can't get married without this.
Well, my favorite moment would have to be when Snow and Charming are parting ways from having their first adventure together.
I know, not your style.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
And it's where she tries on his mother's wedding ring.
Yeah, not me at all.
And he realizes how in love with her he actually is. If you need anything,
You'll find me.
always.
I almost believe that.
No longer like rolling. You will fetch me fresh straw when I'm spinning at the wheel, and you will skin the children I hunt for the pelt. That one was a quip. Not serious.
It's tipped. I love, that's my favorite episode.
Oh, it's just a cow.
Favorite moment in the same episode would be when Belle falls off the curtains into Rumpel's arms. Thank you. And it's a game changer moment for them. It's a sort of like moment that I love. It's really sweet and cute.
The whole thing was just absolutely special. People were then saying that everyone deserves a chance. I thought that as a theme was massive.
What's happening?
Any curse can be broken. How can Rumpel and Belle find peace and happiness? Well, they've been wondering that for quite a while, haven't they?
Once I saw the man behind the beast. Now there's only a beast.
I don't want to lose you.
Yuri.
Please.
Well, it's the first season that they've been honest with each other about who they really are.
You do feel love. And you could be a good man. If you tried.
Belle gives them hope that everyone has got a chance to find love, no matter how ugly they might be.
If you can make the right choice after all the wrong you've done, then that means that there's hope our son will too.
She doesn't hide anything. She tells it how it is. I like that in a person.
What is your favorite moment or episode of Once? It's always very tricky to pick a singular moment or a singular episode, to be honest.
Here's one back in the Enchanted Forest.
Yeah, I got that.
The only question is when.
It's 2 episodes, but the episodes at the end of season 3 where Hook and Emma go on the Back to the Future adventure.
Any ideas how to get back?
How would I know how to get back to the future? Who do I look like? Marty McFly?
Marty McWho?
And I was such a fan of those films. The Ring.
You've got to get it to Snow. Go.
It was fun to do our version of that. Your fiance will love it.
It's okay, son. Not everyone gets a chance to watch their parents fall in love. Well, wherever you're going, be careful.
We did it.
From the bar. That's always nice to make an impression.
I think my favorite moment was my very first episode. It's the crocodile.
What are you doing aboard my ship? You have my wife. Well, I've had many a man's wife.
My very first day on set was on the Lady Washington, which is the Jolly Roger. And I was working with Robert Carlyle, who was one of my heroes.
Rumpelstiltskin.
There was a huge sword fight. It was a big swashbuckling thing. We found out how Hook lost his hand.
I'm afraid that's not in the cards for you, sonny boy. Killing me is gonna take a lot more than that, dearie.
The reasons behind Hook turning into the pirate that he turned into.
What do you see as a turning point for Regina and Snow / Mary Margaret's relationship? That's a good question.
I think the Evil Queen and Snow White obviously have this history.
It's okay, dear. You're safe. You saved my life.
Regina,
I'm Snow White.
she confided in and loved her at first, and then Snow White told her biggest secret to her mom and lost Daniel in the process.
I should have let her die on that horse.
I'd say for the first season into the second season, Regina / Evil Queen was still hunting Snow White.
Find me, Snow White.
I was really struck by the scene in which Regina rips out Mary Margaret's heart and doesn't crush it.
Do you see that?
What did you do to it?
Oh, I didn't do that. You did it. Snow White's supposed to be so pure and innocent. And for the first time, these two characters had something in common.
Do it. Crush it. Get it over with. And put you out of your misery?
There had been many points throughout their relationship when
Shall we end this ridiculous conflict?
Regina could have killed Snow White, and she actually didn't.
You're lucky it's my birthday, and I'm feeling benevolent.
Which made me realize there had always been something stopping her, and that had to be some kind of positive human emotion.
How did you maintain hope during those terrible times?
That brought her closer to Snow, and I love where their relationship has ended up.
Well, the Evil Queen was trying to kill me. The only way I could stay alive was to never give up. You are the one who taught me that hope is a choice.
I love the alternate universe stories. Are they fun to create?
Emma? What the hell happened to you?
The alternate universe stories are always fun for us, mostly because we get new costumes usually. These incredible artists just design these places. It's always fun for us to see how they pull off these worlds and make them seem so real.
Good deeds have their own reward. This comes with no price.
The minds of Eddie and Adam are expansive, and our job has just been to jump headfirst into these worlds with whole new rules.
Snow White, surprised to see me.
So we're able to go into these different universes and play different parts of ourselves, like Evil Snow.
Now you're down to 6. Do you want to make it 5?
And Evil Charming, or his twin brother.
Well, there he is.
It's always so awesome to explore and see what's happened to the characters and how it's affected them.
His Royal Highness Prince Henry.
It was really fun playing a kind of different Henry.
Looking at me looks so grown up.
I was very happy to only portray Old Snow for a number of minutes.
You're so old. Taunt us all you wish.
I got to look in the mirror every morning and say, oh my God, I'm getting work done.
Stop talking. Back away from the princess.
For me, it was really fun to help create and be a part of Old Hook.
Julian?
Don't worry, princess. I'm here to rescue you. After I kill whatever blazes this is.
He was still, at heart, the essence of what makes Hook Hook.
Hook, stop! Wow. I really need to get home and get someone off the run.
How was playing Regina as well as the Evil Queen in season 6 different from the past seasons? When Regina split herself at the end of season 5, there were the evil side and the good side. And they were both separate women, but yet connected.
Look at what you've become.
Obviously, this is a fairy tale, and you can't necessarily split yourself in life the way these characters did.
What are you going to do? Throw a fireball at yourself?
But the bigger message is to learn to love yourself.
I hate you.
Even the ugly parts. And so when Regina says, I'm going to choose love over hate.
What are you doing? I'm going to do what we never could. I'm going to be brave for both of us.
She's basically saying, I'm going to choose to love you instead of hate you. And then you see the Evil Queen just fall apart. And ultimately, that's all the Evil Queen needed, was love and acceptance.
Thank you.
The Once family is a very big family. So his step-grandmother is Regina.
Actually, his step-great-grandmother.
It's a very happy family.
Grandpa?
Yeah, kid. Suppose so.
It's a very hopeful family.
We don't have to go through any of it alone.
The idea of protecting and loving your family no matter what, and trying to be there for each other, even when it seems like it's impossible to do so.
Back away from my daughter!
Anytime you have a show that shows family and shows complicated family and shows variations on family, it's helpful.
Kid, it's Operation Cobra Rescue. It's us. You're here? Yes, we're coming to get you.
Realizing that we really create family more than it is something preordained because of the people to whom we're born.
We're staying in Storybrooke?
Yeah, kid. This is where we belong.
It's about striving to be the best person you can be, protecting your loved ones, working together as a team.
Promise me you'll look after Robin.
I promise.
Me too. She's one of us.
It highlights the importance of family.
With a little bit of hope, nothing can tear this family apart. It's family.
To family.
For Bex. Okay. What has been your favorite Zelena line from this season? Mine is... Sorry, Grand Theft Sorcery isn't my thing. That might be mine. That is really, really good. And it's funny because a couple of times I said Grand Theft Auto.
David, take him and the rest of his...
Marry me.
Right, them. There's been so many lines over the years that I think to myself, I'll never forget this. This is so amazing.
My name's Henry.
And I'm your son.
Well, hello, dearie.
Aren't you a real Prince Charming?
No one decides my fate but me.
I will always find you.
Help me get my son back or get out of the way.
The line that always comes to mind is magic always comes at a price.
All magic comes with a price. Never been in a jewel before, I take it.
I've been lucky that I've had some pretty good lines.
Oh, it's quite simple, really. Pointy end goes to the other guy.
Put that thing down before you hurt yourself, Guyliner.
The thing about Regina / Evil Queen, there are so many awesome lines.
Bring it, Greenie. Bring it, Queenie.
But one of my favorites is Fillet the Bitch.
That's more like it, Charming.
Fillet the Bitch.
This show needs an audience.
She gets some really good, juicy lines for sure.
Out of my way, Munchkin.
Oh, dwarf.
That's even worse.
Even worse. Yep. She does get some zingers.
Maybe you didn't notice the sign, no shirt, no shoes, no service.
Now you got a dress code?
You're Granny. How do you feel about creating a delivery app for the diner?
Am I Granny? If I were Granny. You're Granny.
Okay. This is Granny's. She makes a mean lasagna and runs an inn.
If I was Granny, I would get on that immediately.
I cannot tell you the relief of cooking something that I didn't have to kill first. Don't I know it? Meatloaf back home? What a bitch.
I think it's a good idea. I think in the context of Hook, I don't think he knows what an app is.
What is that thing?
I don't know. It's a device for talking. I don't bloody know. I press the Emma button and she answers usually.
That would be fantastic, because then you wouldn't have to go to the diner. You could get stuff to go.
I don't know who delivered the food for her, though. I guess Ruby, probably.
Got your grilled cheese. Thank you.
I'm not sure that the food's quality could withstand travel.
10 bowls of chili. No beans. Even the dwarf's got something against beans.
Let's just say we've had our fill over the past couple weeks.
I think Granny kind of likes the contact. I think she likes it being a place where people come in and they socialize.
We do spend a lot of time with grannies. It seems to be the hip place to hang out in town.
They smell delicious, Granny.
Didn't take any dark magic either.
I don't eat at Granny's often. I prefer lasagna, homemade.
The thing that upsets David about Granny is that her prices are way too high.
I don't think people realize the Charmings have a 6-year tab.
They run out on checks all the time.
All the time.
He's at the docks.
You might appreciate people actually paying for their meal.
Oh, there's a big monster. There's a wraith. We need to leave. We'll pay you back, Granny. But they never pay her back.
We'll get that later.
I was hoping someone would make a run to Granny's for a mutton sandwich.
Can you imagine Grumpy, the delivery guy, just so angry every time we had to drop something off?
And extra pickles.
You're Captain Hook. Why do you wear the same thing every day?
Why are you dressed like that?
Why are you dressed like that?
Because it looks really good.
I am devilishly handsome.
There's different vests. There's a red vest and a black vest.
You look...
I know.
There's a longer coat and a shorter coat.
It's more like it.
Yeah, he's got at least 4 pieces of clothing.
I didn't realize you were so old-fashioned. Well, I'm over 200 years old, mate.
You're Mr. Gold. Has your new haircut given you any kind of Samson-like complex?
Look who cleans up nice. Highlights your eyes.
I like it. Highlights your eyes.
Oh, thank you very much.
The reverse. He seems stronger this year than ever. You're Grumpy. You're coaching your 7 dwarves in a game against the Munchkins in pickup basketball. How do you beat them?
This, gentlemen, is our mission. This is our chance to prove ourselves to the prince.
Check your corners and post up.
I'll give you the chance to make it up to me. I'll understand if any of you want to turn back.
It comes down to work ethic.
Yeah, I have less allergies. I can promise you that.
Did you feel any pressure knowing you were playing iconic Disney characters and having to portray them in a way that's different from their original stories?
If you refuse the apple, your prince, your charming, will be killed.
I made a very conscious choice early on that I had to wipe out my idea of what the iconic Disney Evil Queen did and looked like.
The queen is dead. Long live the evil queen.
It was kind of like we snuck into Disney's living room.
You really are the fairest of them all, aren't you?
We took these toys off a shelf and we started playing with them.
She's not a queen anymore. She's nothing more than an evil witch.
We put a sword in Snow White's hand, which was the first time that had ever been done.
We were really granted a lot of freedom to explore. I felt really liberated in diving into this, so I didn't feel any kind of pressure. Maybe I should have.
When I started, I never thought that people would buy the fact that I was Hook.
What's the name of the place we're headed, Captain?
Neverland!
Because we all knew who Captain Hook was from the movies. I've been very lucky that people have sort of taken him to their hearts, and that's meant a huge amount to me.
Pirate's life.
It's forever.
I think I was just having so much fun. I didn't really put the pressure on myself.
Much better.
Then all of a sudden I realized what a massive deal it is to play such an iconic character that everybody has grown up with. I think I watched the first film when I was 4 or 5 and it gave me nightmares.
You're melting.
I hope I did it justice.
It was freeing because we did what we wanted to do in the sense that we wanted to have the collective memory of these movies, but not necessarily copy them note for note.
It's just one more thing we need.
I always tell kids that the Snow White that they see at Disneyland, that's the real Snow White. I'm just the one that gets to play her on TV.
Snow? What are you doing?
Getting rid of the vermin in this house. The Snow and Charming love story. Your deepest thoughts, please. So.
Will you marry me?
You know, it's the greatest true love story of all time.
What do you think?
The true love is so strong that it is the most powerful magic of all.
You did it.
Did you ever doubt I would?
I guess that's why we start off with those two.
Knowing you believe in me means I'm not alone.
And it's the springboard for everything else that happens around it.
Snow and Charming are the ultimate love story and experience real conflict in having to overcome it. If you split my heart in half, we can both survive.
Love is something that's unexplainable. You know, it's alchemy of the highest degree.
So what's happening?
You're okay.
And Snow and Charming just have it.
What makes you so sure?
This does. And I know it better than anyone.
In 3 words, describe how you think fans will react to the season finale.
3 words.
3 words.
The final battle? That's cheating.
This is epic.
Happy, mad,
Twisty turviness. That's a word. It's not, but I made it up.
Pleased.
Tears of joy. You'll love it.
Hopefully of joy.
Hashtag all the feels.
That's 3 words.
Will Captain Swan prevail? They're so perfect for one another.
They are so perfect for one another. That's part of the question.
You couldn't handle it.
Perhaps you're the one who couldn't handle it.
I think they will. I mean, I hope Captain Swan prevails.
If you're afraid of losing your happy ending, that means you found it. What is it?
Don't you know, Emma? It's you.
It's very rare when you find a real partner, you know, someone who is not just someone you're attracted to, but someone who wants to go on the journey with you.
First beanstalk. Well, never forget your first.
And someone that is willing to see the good and the bad in you and accept both, and vice versa.
They've really fought hard to make it work with each other.
One of these days they're going to stop chasing this woman.
They have to find ways to compromise and still be true to who they are as people and true to each other. Swan, there's one thing I want you to be certain of. I will always be by your side. So, Emma Swan, will you marry me? I suspect there'll be lots of obstacles in their way.
Yes.
Will we have to worry about what's coming in the season finale?
What happens at the end of the book?
The savior fights the final battle. And trust me, no one wants to be around to see that.
You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that's your choice.
What does worrying really get?
Yeah, what's it going to get you? Why don't you just watch?
Morning, Henry.
That's different.
Will we get to see Violet and Henry's relationship develop further?
You want to dance?
Sort of. I mean, we'll see Violet again.
There's always prom. You never know.
Rise.
Will there be a zombie season?
Hasn't there already been one? Will the Black Fairy be defeated in the finale?
Light and dark must have their reckoning. The final battle is coming, whether you want it or not.
I mean, that's kind of a spoiler. I mean, that's like me just sitting here saying yeah, and then.
Why did you tell me?
Oh, I don't know. We shouldn't cut. We can cut that,
We're
right?
gonna lose that
Yeah.
part. All right, good. You're an ogre.
You don't have to be faster than the ogre. You just have to be faster than the next guy.
Why are you so misunderstood?
He's hurt.
I think Belle's father got it all wrong about us. We were just coming to use the library.
Are they misunderstood?
I don't know. I kind of think maybe not.
Will we ever get another Seven Dwarfs backstory?
Welcome to the world, dwarf.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, I like the dwarves.
I like the dwarves.
Speaking of the dwarves, how is Dopey no longer a tree?
Well, that's new.
He became Dopey again, and then he left them to go to get his master's in Boston, wasn't it? Yeah. So not so Dopey anymore, is he, people?
What do you want?
Did Isaac ever get to see Hamilton?
Hamilton tickets.
Yes, and he loved it.
What has been your favorite Star Wars homage?
I'm here on official business for the Queen.
The Wookiee prisoner gag between Hook and Henry.
It always works.
When Emma introduced herself as
Princess Leia.
That was pretty
That's
good.
my favorite.
Nice try. But you can't Darth Vader me.
Unfortunately, there was a big tauntaun we had to cut, but other than that.
What is the biggest moment for Emma in reaching her full potential as the savior? Shall I answer it? Emma's journey as the savior has been long and has spread across the 6 seasons in a really nice way, I think.
Love is weakness. No, it's strength.
Even though there's been some peaks and valleys and there's been some pretty serious moments, like breaking the curse at the end of season 1.
I love you, Henry.
It's really a big step along the way. But to me, the final moment of transformation happens in the musical episode when she has to find the song within herself.
My curse is still coming, and the final battle is going to be worse than you could possibly imagine.
That is one of the most pivotal parts of her transformation.
Emma, how did you do it?
It was the song you gave me.
What do you mean, what song?
You were with me my whole life.
Did you have a good time at the Captain Swan wedding?
Everybody was so excited about the wedding day. I got to work and was like, oh, congratulations. I'm like, I'm not really getting married. We just thought, what is an example of a real life fairy tale? And that was Grace Kelly. And so we wanted to use that as the inspiration for Emma's wedding dress, something that was classic and timeless.
What we loved about that wedding is we really earned it. It was a culmination of two people. They both had personal things they had to overcome before they could really open up to each other.
They say that a captain's heart belongs to a ship. And with this ring, it now belongs to you.
It was the wedding of the season.
We wanted to make the wedding special, and the musical just felt like the perfect way to do it.
Good morning, friend. Oh, my dear, there's something wrong. 'Cause all my words are coming out in song.
That's the great thing that musicals bring to something is the emotion of whatever you're playing becomes so big that there's nothing left to do Let's sing.
What's going on? Someone cast a spell or curse. Cause what I say is coming out in verse. My voice just soars.
That was the best part, doing my numbers with Jenny, who hates musicals.
Goodness will triumph and evil's undone when you dare to heed love's call. Cause love is the most powerful magic of all.
And who's really, really good.
Well, he's my husband. He has to say that.
Powerful magic, we now have the means. Cause love can defeat curses, potions, or beans.
I love that the decision with the musical episode was to make the music part of the mythology of the show.
And the unhappy ending left badly the queens with our daughters fade and stay.
If anyone can pull off a musical episode, it should be a Disney show where people just burst into song.
Now let our songs show the powerful magic
If anyone can do it, Once Upon a Time can.
we can make.
Because you were born of their love, you can overcome anything. Now remember who you are. The product of true love.
I love this series. It has taught me loads. Has it taught you anything? Oh boy, has it. My entire life has changed in the past 6 years because of this show.
It taught me that I can wear leather pants and eyeliner.
That not everything is black and white.
It's more like these big life lessons. See the best in people. It's okay to be flawed.
It's really taught me a lot about myself.
I've gotten to grow with Emma over the years.
One thing I've learned about Zelina is she's so unapologetically herself. And I think that's really kind of made me even more me.
It's also taught me that you can be a part of something that means a huge amount to a lot of people, and that's rare.
You helped me believe. Believing won't stop the future. Maybe not. But it gave me a family.
Even if people tell you that you shouldn't believe in something, even if people tell you to lose hope or give up, you never should.
I have actual magic in my life. I have you.
Because happy endings aren't always what we expect them to be.
If I could go back, I wouldn't change a thing.
No matter how tough things get, you don't have to be cynical. You can have hope, you can have belief, and you can believe things will get better, and you can move forward because of that.
Let's not worry about the end of the story, okay? Endings usually suck. Let's just enjoy the middle. The journey together.
What does it mean to you to have been part of a show with such a positive message?
Believing in even the possibility of a happy ending is a very powerful thing.
It actually means the world to me.
There is no hope.
Well, if there's one thing I've gleaned from you hero types, is that there's always hope.
Having hope and truth and love being the premise of a show is beautiful.
Sometimes a hero has to sacrifice everything to save the people they love.
Sometimes it's just someone seeing me and going, oh, I watched the show with my husband, or I watched the show with my kids.
Looks like fairy tales to me. And what exactly do you think fairy tales are?
The message it gives is you can't give up hope and you should always believe.
They are a reminder that our lives will get better if we just hold on to hope.
There's not a lot of shows that have hope as its driving force.
You gave up your family for them and got a bigger one in return.
And to be part of that has been extremely special.
That's how I know that we'll defeat the Black Fairy, Emma. No matter what she does, you will not face her alone.
The countdown begins to the final battle. Once upon a time.